Ben White Jr., and I'm running because I believe that I can make a difference. I've made a difference in my community for the last 30 years, and my community urged me to run. So I'm running for them and for the entire constituents in District B. I want to be elevated to the point where I can take my voice to City Hall and be a voice for the people. I have three important points. My first point is that I believe that illegal dumping in this District B can be totally eliminated. I don't think it can be decreased. I think it can be eliminated. I have a plan for eliminating illegal dumping. First of all, we need to start with community cooperation when we need to be able to identify our neighbors who are dumping, and that needs to be reported. Also, we know that contractors are using our neighborhood for dumping grounds. That needs to be stopped. I intend to use all the resources available to eliminate illegal dumping. Now, I understand that the 2020 budget, there's no money in the budget to deter people from illegally dumping in our community. And we're spending so much money picking up trash when I believe that we should be spending money to deter people from dumping in our community. The money that we save on the front end for deterring people from dumping in our community will save us money in the long run from picking it up. I've been picking up trash in our community since 1991 when we collaborated with Conoco, and then it was called Houston Clean. Uh, we picked up tons of trash, and we picked up so much trash that we began to weigh it. And the CEO of Conoco made the statement that this is not working. And the reason he made that statement is because each year we were picking up more trash than we picked up the year before. So that told us that picking up trash is not working. We need to do something to stop people from trashing our neighborhood. So we have had this issue for many of years, and this issue needs to stop. I will use all the resources that the city have, the county have, and even the state of Texas. Because the last time I looked, District B is in the state of Texas. So if we can say don't mess with Texas, then we need to be saying don't mess with District B. So it starts with picking up the trash. It starts with cleaning our neighborhood. Once we clean our neighborhood, then we'll have more of a chance to attract investors to come in our neighborhood, because no one wants to invest in a community that they're using as a dumping ground. So it all works, it all starts with illegal dumping. Once we stop the dumping, then we can come up with a community plan, a community business plan. The community business plan would be a plan where we would take to potential investors and say, this is what we want in our community, and this is what we'll do to make it work. Because if we make that investors plan business work, then District B progress in the long run. And then when we start pouring new concrete investment, then we also building up the infrastructure. We're not going to get our infrastructure built unless there's new construction. Once we start new construction, then the infrastructure starts. So we're doing it in phases. We also have to look at neighborhood safety. I believe, now this is what I believe, I don't know if it'll work or not, but I believe that the same police officer should patrol our community every day so that they will get to know us and we will get to know them. They'll be able to recognize the good guys from the bad guys. And when you do that, when people feel comfortable with the police officer, they know them by name. They don't necessarily have to know us by name, but they can know us by faces. Then our neighborhoods start to get safer. So my plan works all around in a circle. You can go to City Hall with an agenda, but a lot of times once you get there, your agenda changes simply because we have a strong mayor policy. Now, I will never stray away from our agenda. And what I mean by our, District B's agenda. So that means that in some cases, as I stated earlier, there's no money in the budget for deterring people from littering our neighborhood, then I have to have the ability to go outside our neighborhood, talk with the private sector to get them to invest money in our community, because we are limited to what we can do with the money that's going to be allocated for District B. It's just not going to be a lot of money there. What I have been doing on the campaign trail is in visiting each community in District B. Because although illegal dumping might be one of the major issues in District B, it's not everyone's issue. So what I found out through going to very different community organizations in Acres Home, I was amazed at the fact that Acres Home don't have a bank. And I'm looking at the fact that the city of Houston controlled $2.5 billion. I don't understand why we can't use that leverage to get a neighborhood bank in Acres Home. That's just one of the things that I can mention for Acres Home. There's a lot of other issues, but I was like, I can't believe there's not a bank in Acres Home, and don't understand why. Well, this is what I think you should know. First and foremost, I ask you to research me. Google, do a background search, go to my website, and compare me to the other candidates. And I really and honestly believe in my heart of hearts that if you compare me to the other candidates, I'll be your candidate of choice. I'm a visionary that can think out of the box, and I think that my track record of community service, I tell you a little known fact that most people don't know about me, is that I had the fortunate pleasure to raise my children as a single parent. And I think at the time, I really thought that the world had dealt me a bad hand. But through that experience of raising my kids, I realized why God gave me 2 ears and 1 mouth. He wanted me to listen more and talk less. So I'm asking you that I'm a candidate with new blood and a fresh approach, and I want to be your council member for District B. Thank you.